Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
We are here to discuss how we can onboard customers. And my position is we should be able to figure out how are we onboarding everybody. We modeled before the interaction with customers comes through chain of command or chain of interaction point. And for unknown reason, I came up with 10 points, which is general, audience, target audience, lead, prospects, client, customers, upselling customers by return, referral customers, and retired customers. And then we understanding the process of onboarding, and then there is a requirement or a definition of where this stage will be. So the process will be how to move them between, for example, general to audience, or from target audience to lead, or from lead to prospects. Each one of these stages shall describe benefits, which we did not discuss right now. We only focused on the features. Okay? So we did not analyze or discuss what are the benefits. We can go on the benefits. We only focused on the features, and that's why I consistently trying to use the blue color to represent these features or information. Features means a rigid form, you throw it to the wall, hit you back in the face. This is my definition for feature. So yes, if you have a landing page, it's a software, but you can throw your iPad to the wall, it hits you broken in the face, so it doesn't matter, okay? So features means something rigid, something I can put my hands on it, okay? Don't challenge me on the online stuff. Online stuff, you can throw your iPad or your notebook or your computer to the wall, it will be broken, but it will hit you back in the face, okay? And it will hit your wallet too. So remember that. Features means something solid. So if something solid I can hold in my hand, we had a very quick example. If I want to have target audience to lead, where are these target audience? Where will I meet them? Where will I meet them? I tried as much as I can to be consistent with the red color. So how can I get them? I will get them through landing page, through business card, through buying email list, through direct referral, word of mouth, or through advertisement with video podcast. Somebody here may add through LinkedIn. That's right, because we assume that's if you are switching career, we assume that's our LinkedIn list include many of our target audience, that's right. And from LinkedIn, I can download their email. There's a way to download the email of all of your contact on LinkedIn. And then I'm not concerned about Castle for now. Castle can come in a different way of implementation. And then I can send them emails to download information. I can send, if I need to send somebody to a landing page, I will give them a PDF, and we left PDF as a general. It can be a report, e-report, whatever it is. I left it as a format, so we don't want to get into a longer discussions. However, each one of these elements need at least 5 minutes to 15 minutes, maybe a day, to design it. Okay, so just I'm trying to make the framework as small, as comprehensive as possible, which is two contradicting words. So you can have advertisement, word of mouth, LinkedIn, or social media, landing pages, business. You can buy email lists. You can have direct referral. Each one of these need to have some features. So direct referral, you need to tell, you give them a tool, and you give them a treat. Usually the treat is a commission. Landing page, we said you need to have a PDF, you need to have an email, LMS, CRM management in the back end. For a business card, you need to have a business card. To buy an email list, you need to have money. That's right. The only thing to buy an email list. And by the way, we do have access to 2 billion email, to a mailing list of 2 billion email. I just bought it because I want to stand somewhere and say, I bought a mailing list of 2 billion valid emails. This is my whole reason to buy it, okay? So, if you talk about email segmentations and email quality and stuff, like, don't worry about it so much, because everybody will say whatever they like. Okay? And I can guarantee you that in the 2 billion emails we have, there is no duplication of any emails. But also there is no validations on any of these emails too, okay? Like, there's 2 ways, okay? Anyway, any questions so far? Now, let's focus. So, between lead to prospects, you need to figure out the process, and when people do prospecting with you, when you do prospecting to people, you need to make sure you have the right manuals. You need to make sure you have the right messages. You have the right question and the answer. You have the right overcoming objections. Okay? Because any questions in prospecting will be objections. Okay, so you need to understand this process. We are jumping ahead into a different stage. What about the stage between prospecting? I have prospects now, people are interested, and I want to get them as a client. And the client means, for this definition, that somebody will get 100% of my service at a deep discounted price, as if it's $0 or $20 or $100. Like if I sell a $1,000 a day consultation and I give somebody a $100 workshop for 1 day, it's a deep discounted price. So the client definition here means somebody coming at a deep discounted price, his investment is very low, and as if it's $0. So how I can move prospects to client? To be general, we use phones. We can use webinars, seminars, brown bag lunches, free lunch and learn, free sessions. I can do online session, I can do workshop, I can do it in person, I can do site visit, I can do prototype, I can do online courses. Each one of these will have in the orange here a list of hard documents or tangible documents. Now, how to design them to be more effective is a different discussion. How to design, how to create them. We have samples of all of them for different industry, and we can help creating them. It's a different discussion. The point is, do you have them or not? You don't want to have them, you see it's too complicated, it's okay, but you know what you are missing. My philosophy is I don't care, but I don't want them to bust me. I have to know what I'm doing before I'm doing it. That's it. So it's up to you to decide. If you don't have any of these, it's okay. You still make money, you're still in business. You can add to take it to the next level. So don't feel bad or good about it. It's just an idea. Now we have lots of discussions here around should we use feedback form in a selling seminar, and the immediate answer is no, because at the selling seminar, webinar, the end shall be people signing the form. Should you use a survey tool after the fact? It's recommended if you have. So all of these are just suggestions, recommendations. It doesn't all of these don't have an obligation for you to do it. This is just an idea that you understand what you can and what you could do. And as I said, I'm very transparent. I speak out exactly what we do, what we apply, and how we recruited different people here. And I'm not, because I don't bluff and I don't lie. I'm just basically showing I always say I'm the very, very, very extreme, because I come and stand and show you the sequence which how to convert you inside the system, which is very powerful message for me, because if you can do the same, you should also recruit similar individuals to your system. Any questions so far? So I want to go now into the second layer, which will be between client to customer. So if I have a client and I want to convert them into a paid customer, and I usually like to have the paid customer with a dollar sign underneath it to identify it again as a client. Now, where I will have access to these clients? I can have access to this client inside my in-person. That's right. I can access them online if I deliver online. Because remember, these clients, what this client experience with you, they are either experience with you a phone call or a seminar or an online session or a workshop or an in-person session or an on-site visit or a prototype, or that's right. Or I can have them over a phone or over a follow-up. Which one is the easiest one to sell? In person, that's right. Given that I know what. As a matter of fact, none of them is easier than the others. Okay? And I apologize for people who try to tell you that you sell on a relationship basis, because relationship will get you in front of people. If you don't have the right messages and you don't understand one-on-one overcoming objections and you don't practice them from your heart, you will suck as no tomorrow, okay? Doesn't matter. How many of you here sold his spouse or his partner on an event and she didn't want to go? And how did you convince her to go? Remember these times when you have friends or have partners or spouses and you invited them or told them I want to go there and they convinced you not to go? You basically sucked in selling, okay? That's it. So none of this has a higher conversion than the others. Each one of them has a situation or a process. So for big organization, usually you sell over a follow-up. Like if you go for an organization which has a management team and directors and board and stuff like that, you basically sell on a follow-up. You cannot sell in person because nobody has a signing authority. They have to look at budget and have. If you have someone on the phone, how many of you here are able to get credit card over the phone? That's right. If you have somebody on webinar, so none of these. Some of them you may feel you can do it better because you used to do it, but none of them is really having a significantly higher. Each one of them has a process. Okay? Before we go to say, okay, so what is the requirement, what is the tangible requirement, or what is the feature for somebody to sign as a customer? So what we can talk about the features now and then we can, yeah. So what is the feature for somebody to sign up in person? What do they need to see? Sorry? Form to sign up, which could be called what other than form to sign up? What other name we can give it to them? Agreement to purchase?
Purchase order.
Purchase order.
Contract.
So when I put here signing forms, I mean purchase order, I mean agreement, contract. So they need to have a signing form. So do you have proper signing forms? What do you mean with the word proper? Do you have a signing form which has terms and conditions on it? Do you have signing forms which list all the options? Do you have signing forms when people sign on it? they can walk away with the same exact carbon copy of the form. So there is a way to design assigning forms based on your system if you use a physical signing forms. Okay? Now, how many people will put their credit card on a form that does not have terms and conditions? So it bugs me because there's so many sales trainers around here, and when you go and sign, they give you this very interesting black and white sheet, which is okay, which has your name, your credit card numbers, and there is no terms and condition whatsoever. So there is a way to sign the signing forms. The question will be why they will sign. You give them a service for free. So what will make them sign this form?
You're asking now the client to sign this form.
To sign this form to pay money for the consequent service. Why they will sign this form? What do you need to say to let them sign this form? You basically need to consider the benefits of signing, which same thing. It comes to the time to delivery, to the relationship level, to the process and the information need, and to the value of what they get through. So these are the benefit quadrants. So when you come and say, I'm now moving you from a free taker to a signing form, you need to elaborate what are the benefits. Because if these people will not, like people will come and sign with me, they know that they have priority in my time. If they call, they will be first responder. We will first respond to them. Their tasks are the highest priorities we have. People who come and say, they have a good experience here and now they will sign, they will never sign. You have to elaborate how they will sign and what they need. If you want to see examples of this, you should go back to the selling through presentation seminars and workshops, and it will give you an idea how you can position your offer and what kind of language. It will also give you a process of proactively addressing frequently asked questions, where you can overcome objection. So if you understand this model, you may consider inside your pager what? Inside your pager, you may want to have what we call it frequently asked questions. So here you may have half a page about frequently asked questions. Make sense? And it doesn't need to be one pager, okay? You can have it. You can have information sheets, okay? If one pager will really bug you, it will be very small. So, what else you can have in the pager? You can apply the pillars of mindless compliance. So you may want to have social proof. Social proof comes from where? From testimonials. That's right. Social proof also comes from, I have so many likes online, I have so many followers, we have so many customers, we have so many. So if you look at the persuasion models, you will be able to figure out, okay, what are the components, what are the framework of this particular pager. Okay? Now, in the signing form, so this will be the first one. What else do they need to receive? What else they need to receive? If somebody's signing and putting their credit card, what they need to receive?
What's next? Yeah, what's
Sorry?
next?
Confirmation, like
Confirmation of what?
validated process.
Before that, they need to see a payment slip. A payment, you call it paid invoice, that's right? So they need to see some payment or some sort of invoices. That's right. If somebody will put a credit card, they need to receive. Yes, I understand. PayPal, Square, any of these will send automatic confirmation. But this automatic confirmation can also be turned off, that's right? So anybody will come to sign, they need to have, we call it in different definitions, we call it receipt. If you have somebody in person, there is a receipt book you can go buy, which is self-carbonized from Stables, and it's just called receipt. You just write the receipt on it. If you are sophisticated, you can have the receipts made online on the computer, or you can basically put their information in and they get it by email. Now, even in Infusionsoft right now, they have a swiping card terminal now, like Square. So figure out the process of having somebody to sign, and then somebody will have a payment confirmation.
But that's if it is a signing form. What if it is normally a PO or a contract? What should you give in return to confirm?
Any contract will ask for a letter of confirmation of the contract, or you give them the executed copy of the contract.
Just the signature. You just sign and return and give them the other original. So it's
The
original.
executed copy of the contract, right?
No.
That's right. However, if you have contracts, which usually will be done on follow-up, if you have contracts, you will need to have payment schedule and invoices.
Yeah.
That's right. And usually the contract will be how much upfront. And so how much usually you charge upfront on a contract, on a good contract?
Depends on the amount.
How many?
25 to 50%.
25 to 50% upfront. So if somebody will give you the contract, they need to see an invoice right away for 25 to 50%. And how much will be held back from the contract for performance? 10%. So if you do, this is in North America, okay? In the Middle East,
That's the same.
in Middle East is 50. In Middle East is the second payment, okay? I told you the stories about the guys who will come and pay you the deposit. You finish the work, you go back. They, oh yeah, we will pay you later. And when later comes, they have another need. They come to you back. You say, okay, I have 50 from the back. No, don't worry, let's do this one and then discuss that later. So, but if you deal with organizations, you always remember that there is maybe a held back for performance of 10%, which you may not ever in your life see it. Okay? Especially if you deal with big organizations. Okay? So are we done with this particular part? Now, in situation where people will sign and then you have to process the credit card later on, it doesn't matter. They can get the notification later on, but it must be a notification, and this notification should also show GST, PST, sales tax, whatever information. There's some other legal requirement like your GST numbers. I'm not here to give legal information. Just I'm trying to say, okay, this is the framework. Let's focus on the detail of each one of these, as what Daryl was saying, like let's just do it professional. Okay, so professional means the profession will accept it. Okay. Then what is the second step you should offer your people? So what is the second? What's next? What they should receive next?
Contract agreement.
They have it here already. We signed it.
Process flow of
Can we call it welcome package?
Yeah.
So the welcome package, it can be just an email with all the attachment, or it can be a full folder. It can be either or, but at the end of the day, you need to have a welcome package. So the welcome package should have a welcome letter, should have a schedule and flow, and it also at the end it should have what to do next. Like when is the first deliverable, when is the first meeting, what to do. In our welcome package, we have access to sign up for a Facebook group, download our mobile app, where you can follow on schedule, and so on, okay? Make sense? So how many of you have an, sometimes they call this onboarding package as well. So how many of you have an idea of a welcome package? How many of you will have just an email or a letter? This can be also a welcome email if you do online.
That's what I have.
You know? So it doesn't matter what you have. You have email or a letter, it doesn't matter. But what matters is if you sign people in person, you need to consider having this physical or having them soft copy on an email. Okay? What else could you have in the welcome package?
Tools that we using?
You can have tools. Tools like what? Can you give examples of the tools?
Questionnaire again.
Questionnaires. What else?
Template.
So you can have questionnaires, you can have templates, or you can have username and password. That's right. So in our template, we will give you a username and password for our online things, right? Make sense? What else you can you need to have in the welcome pack, or you can have in the welcome package?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's exactly. You can give them gifts. You can give them folder. So the folder will be what? Will be labeled to your business. So if you cannot imprint your own folders, the best place to acquire OEM folders is Costco. And if you find them, the folders will be about $2 or less. And you can slide in your... it's not hard, guys. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's very achievable. So if you spend time of having your logos printed on a heavy paper and just slide it inside your folder. Show me what you have.
I did this, but then I customized each package for the schedule.
It's good, but this is a very good, like, away from it's too small of a font. Like, I can just put it stand on the table. Like, what do you guys, like, what is the feedback on this?
Can't see this font.
Yeah.
Away from it's too small for a font. Away from the red is not shown very well on the image. All of these are cosmetic. The fact is you have a piece which is branded for you. It means what? It means you care. That's right.
Yep.
Now, how to take it to the second level? Believe me, you can take it to the second level, and people in this level will also give you negative feedback. It's not it's an iterative process, but this is what you can do. So you can go to Staples or Costco or any of these locations and source these white folders or black folders, and just you can label them. Some people will just print stickers and go to another folder and just put stickers on it. Is it good or bad? It doesn't matter. Okay? What are other ideas for gifts? You can give them pens.
Pen, notebooks.
Notebooks will be too much, but you can give them pens, because you can actually engrave pens around 59 cents a pen. You can give them a USB keys, because you can carry them around $1 to $2. There is also power banks. I've been seeing it. You can give them keychains. You can give them different things And the question will be is, how much should I spend here? This is just show of appreciation. And we have individuals who will usually give you 10 copies of anything you ask for, because you can give it to your friends. What else you can give them here? Xmas cards is another example. But what else you should give them?
Discount to another program.
You should give them first copies of your books. So if your books are relevant, or if you have a general book, like my books are tailored to specific courses, but if you have a general books, you can give them the general books. You can give them a gift card to Xmas. You can give them a discount for other
Other related products.
Okay? So this could be physical and could be a combination of physical and online. What else you should give when you have somebody onboarding? You already gave them a schedule, that's right? So you may want to schedule the next session for them. So in the back end of your system, you should have a design for an email campaign for your onboarding people. So if somebody will come as on board, you need to have a checklist where you say it has been marked with this tag. So you can launch an automatic email campaign to follow up on these deliveries. You may also decide that all of these deliveries will be online. So there is no really hard folders. There is no really hard giveaways. You may decide that everything will go purely digital. It's up to you. It's based on, I'm here talking to individuals who are pushing programs from few $100s, $1,000 level to $20,000 level to somebody in the room here looking for between 100,000 to double-digit millions offers. Okay, so no matter where you are, the framework should be valid. The details will be dictated by the value of what you offer. Okay. Any questions? So, which one of these do you have, and which one of these you need to design? So can you go back to your notes and write down a timeline, which one you'll design first, and just say, I wanna do this on this part by this particular date, and just have two dates, one mid way before the delivery. So and then you should pass these dates to one partner from the group so they can follow up to make sure you are on track for this. And at the end of the day, we talk about dates, you should do it. However, if you are busy doing other work or you get distracted by a higher emergency, higher level of importance, what
you will be the accountant.
No, but you know that you are behind and you need to set up another date. I'm not saying that these dates are not like a fire, but if you are eager to drive your business, you should be able to consider. Okay, if you have already implemented some of these, is great. Can you just basically go and revisit them? And by the way, if you have affiliate, setting affiliate program is no different than this. because the affiliate needs also training, needs also orientation. Sometimes we call this orientation. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we call it orientations or training. You may also want to give them video packages or access to online courses. Okay? So I do have an online course which is 7 weeks. And it's 7 weeks because when I did it, I had to have an extra session. Okay, that's it. I hate it. So this 7 weeks, you can always relaunch it again as an online course. Make sense? Can you brainstorm around anything else we can add in the welcome package to help each other?
So the affiliates gonna be following the same process.
Yes, and this is what I talk about at the very beginning, that when you have this line, the purple line is your main offer. However, if you have an affiliate or an agent program, they are similar similar, they are the orange line. So you need to understand what are the target audience, how the lead will come, how the prospect, what's in this case, the affiliate will not pay you money, but you'll pay them commission. But still, the customer is a money transfer thing. And the affiliate can be upsold to be an affiliate to different programs. The affiliate can be affiliate referring other affiliate to you, like a pyramid kind of, like an MLM kind of approach. And also the affiliate can basically say, oh, I'm not interested anymore. So it doesn't matter which line of business you want to create, you need to give considerations for what are the requirements based on the same model of how to recruit people. Okay? So what else could be inside the welcome package? You can give them homework. You can give them introduction to the team. Yes, if you have a mobile app or if you have a website, you have all the team listed, it's okay. You can point out to this particular piece. What else? What else you can have? What else you can have in an audio, in a welcome package? You can also have an audible. Audible can be podcast, can be pre-recorded sessions. Okay. So let's talk about having it online. So if you meet people online, how are you making the registration online?
Registration or the payment?
The payment online, how will make it?
PayPal.
You basically need to have a basket or a cart, and people can come and purchase from the cart. That's right. And the beauty of having a cart through WooCommerce or Shopify or Infusionsoft or even just a straightforward PayPal invoicing schemes, that the payment verification will happen what? You don't need to worry about it because the tool will take care of this. Does it take care of this for free? No, it charges you 3%. That's right. Then you need to, how you will give them the welcome package if you are meeting them online.
What's the payment make?
What will happen? You will send them what?
Send a message.
Welcoming.
Welcoming what?
Email.
Welcoming email, okay? So the same material is still relevant. However, if I am online, it will be in an email form. That's right?
Right.
Any question on that? So if you do online boarding and if you do in-person boarding, you need to design both processes. Like here, I'm just showing the framework, but you need to have a more detailed. We need to be able to show what this email look like. These emails will be templated. You need to understand how the campaigns work. It doesn't matter if you get us or somebody else who's doing it for you. It doesn't matter. What matters is you know that this is what people will get. And it's always a discussion. Okay? So if somebody on the phone, what will happen? How can I send this information on the phone? Remember, we talked about somebody. We meet somebody here and we deliver by a phone, that's right? So I'm now with the client over the phone and the client wants to sign up. What should I give them?
Text link.
Text with a link.
That's right. So if you have somebody on the phone, they need to go to a website. And so will you hang up and ask them to go to the website, or what you will do?
Show them on the phone to go to the link.
You cannot show them on the phone. So usually when you have them on the phone, it's recommended to have one of the tools you deliver to be online. So they will be sitting in front of what?
Yeah. PC. Yeah.
And now it will be easier.
Yeah.
Or they are with you on a Zoom session on their PC. That's why usually when you have this kind of client engagement, they need to be designed to do what? To simplify the next step. It's 90% sales, 10% value from the back end. From the front end is 90% benefit to the customer, clients, and 10% sales. Okay? We don't do things here without well crafted and well designed. So there is a reason for you to make sure that if you are with somebody over the phone, they have access to what?
Computer.
The computer. The alternative way is to ask them to get you their credit card and you can process it while they are on the phone, which will not be the best way because they can always hang up, especially if you don't have strong relation. Now, any questions so far? Does it make sense? Did you think about this before? Okay. By the way, this is the only way in our model for you to make money, is to onboard customers, okay? I don't think there's any other way to make money other than donation or onboarding people, okay? And by the way, if you want to collect donations, the same lines will be valid, okay? Now, what about follow-up? If you will board client to customers through follow-up, what you need to give them for follow-up? No, if somebody now received your value and it's a complex company, complex infrastructure, and they will tell you, yeah, we are interested, we will sign, but we have a signing process. So we will follow up with you on the process. So what do you need to do for follow-up?
Yeah. Dates.
You can set up dime. So all of these here will fit in these structures, okay? The follow-up, you may want to send a proposal. You want to schedule follow-up. That's right. You may ask them for the next step, because the next step might be a presentation in front of somebody else or a phone call. So this follow-up will happen with which business will have this follow-up? The business which is 50,000 plus and you sell to complex customers. So majority of the holistic or the people who sell to small business owners or consumer, level will not have this mechanism of follow-up as a standard operation. People who sell to large organizations, large companies, they will need to have this follow-up.
Ask for what you said.
Ask for the next step, or for, it might be a presentation to the board, it might be another workshop, you never know. Make sense? Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, what did we discuss last time? Feedback, that's right. So, if I do this, should I send the feedback survey questions or not?
You may. It's like survey about the process of signing the contract, or following up on the PO. Maybe.
Darren, what do you want to say here? You may want to say no, okay? But I'm throwing it as a point of discussion, okay?
You want to discover more about their processes, but I don't know if you want to ask all the questions. Right away.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the 3 quarters, the top 3 quarters. If I get somebody, he signed up the form, he has the payment, welcome package. Should I send them a survey, feedback forms, or not?
Too
Yeah.
early.
Sorry? Too early?
Too early.
Really?
Too early?
No, I agree. Just to keep this, engagement. What's your opinion on the onboarding program? Is everything clear? Did you get?
Okay, I love this.
And try to get some feedback, more feedback about their business.
On there.
What about first week a checkout point? Asking about, you have been now for a week, what happened in your life? Or you have been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or so when I say survey feedback forms and I send an email after 1 week or 2 weeks, I say, hey, you have been here for 10 days.
Yeah.
Did you read this? What about if I'm very sophisticated and I have a system to track down specific links from my email and say, we notice that you did not click on registering your email and accessing your account. That's right? So, should I send a feedback survey or not?
Yeah.
Now it's sure, that's right?
They can plan ahead of time.
That's right.
Experience is going so far.
So you may want to consider having a survey tool, so we call it feedback over survey, for first week or first month or first activity, that's right? What about if the customer will come and say, I got so many surveys from you, it's just it's just wasting my time. What you do then?
Okay.
You tell them what? You can opt out from the survey, or what else you can tell them?
Do it later on.
Yeah, doesn't matter, just ignore it.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you have now, if you ask for a survey and the customers will not do it, what you should do? Follow up. So that's why any survey campaign in Infusionsoft will have links and say, if you didn't click on these links, we send them a second email. And then maybe a third email. After the third email, what you do? Either you get them to a phone call or you keep quiet, okay? But sending them emails from different angles. Okay? Any questions so far? Does it make sense?
Yes.
I wouldn't discuss what will happen in your program, because what will happen in your program is your program. Okay, I wouldn't, if you want me to go in details about what exactly quality control you can have in your programs and how you message it, how you deliver it, we can do this, but I'm not here at this stage because we had our 90 days program, and this is actually was a good fitting point for this 90 days program, is to have visibility and onboarding. Now, if somebody like Mariana will come and say, yeah, but you know what? My customers will only pay for my workshops. I don't have a program other than the basic workshop and the advanced workshop and the train the trainer workshops I deliver in this particular line of business. She's doing multi, but in this particular one. So what we tell Mariana then? We tell Mariana, do you want to? So,
Create a form, question.
so is this relevant to a workshop?
No.
Yes, it's very relevant to a workshop, because in a workshop, people will sign and pay you early on. So it will be nice when they come to the workshop to have the payment receipt. And when they walk inside the workshop, what they will get?
Welcome package.
They will get the workshop folder.
Yeah.
And the workshop folder might be like, the way I do it is I give them just the folder, empty folder, or maybe 4 pages. You came to one of my workshops, that's right, Daryl?
Yes.
It was what? It was like a folder with like 4 pages or 10 pages.
Yes.
And then every session we add to it, and second day and third day. And at the end, people will walk away with between 54 pages to maybe 90 pages worth of material, in addition to maybe a couple of books or whatever it is, okay? So the welcome package for the workshop is no different than the welcome package for a $100,000 program. The only difference is the dense and the amount of information. That's right. How many for you for their workshop will put a schedule? I don't. Other than when's the coffee break, when's the lunch breaks. But I don't write a detailed schedule because I would like to control the content as much as I can. Some people would say, no, we want to give them introduction. We were in Mike is not here. Me and Mike went to one last year, like in October, November time frame, and they had like a 15-minute marks. Guess what happened second day and third day? What happened when you have a 15-minute spots? People wants to network more, and most likely what happened? They actually slide away from the schedule. So they look what? They look unprofessional, that's right? So there is a balance between how much you want to put in the schedule. I know a common friend of ours will always say, on or about 12 o'clock we'll have lunch. It may be 15 minutes early, maybe 15 minutes late, based on the sequence of the events. Okay? I know another individual in the US. He has a schedule which basically session 1 lunch, session 2 session 1 coffee, session 2 lunch, session 3 coffee, session 4 dinner, session 5, and he never disclose timeline because it's a very interactive sessions he runs, so he never really disclose what exactly time. And they use this inside the mainly inside the retreat. If you have a retreat, they just when you need to show up for the retreat, and when you need to you plan your bedtime. The rest of the retreat will be interactive with the people. So that's why they go like to Cuba or to Costa Rica or any of this Mexico, and then they have just this is the schedule. There is no really timelines. So it's up to you in your workshop how much you wanna be. I know Richard, he doesn't even give a schedule. He will tell people, bring your lunch with you guys, and we'll just he will run it by the way he run it. And they've been doing it for 23 years, and he's successful too. Okay, like so when you look at schedule, you need to have a welcome letter, a schedule. You will give them tools. You will give them gifts. You may give them videos. You may give them books. You can give them like coupons, discounts. So this is also valid for the workshop. Do you agree now?
Yes.
Okay. So any type of client base here. So if you give a client a prototype, most likely what will happen if you give them a prototype? It will be a follow-up discussion, that's right? That's right? So the class of follow-up is different than the other classes. So we done with this, Site visit, what will happen most likely? Is it right away sign up or follow-up? Follow-up, okay? In person is right away or follow-up. Workshop is right away or follow-up. Online session and phone. So we covered with all the possible clients. Now, any discussions so far? Or how will you apply this to what you do right now?
Better defined process.
And start working on this, you know, the onboarding program and create the process on which approach.
So do you want to create a process for in which approach, or you want to create a process for all the approaches?
I think as you group them, it's very common for, you know, the remote, online, phone is quite similar.
So phone is actually a bluff, because phones means
You are pushing at the end to the
online, okay? So when we bring phones right now, it's actually a bluff. It's not really a phone, okay?
Right.
Phone is just online, okay? So this is how it should look like a welcoming package. Now, if you have a single page welcoming letter, is good. If you have an information session, information page, can you just basically have a welcoming letter and sign it with your hand, make it personal? I know someone I was working with, it was very interesting. He will actually write the welcoming letters with his handwritten. And I told him, you are different than me in two ways. Way number one is your handwritten, anybody else other than you can read it, because I cannot read my handwritten sometime. And the second thing is you have plenty of time because of your wise age that I cannot afford. But there are individuals who will run programs and they will basically sit and write down by hand the welcome letters. And you can scan it, you can print it, you can duplicate it. There are individuals who will have the welcome letter signed by hand only. And there are individuals who will actually have one, they sign it and they run Xerox or copy of all of them. And there are individuals who write a welcome letter without even a signature. Okay? It doesn't matter, whatever your style is. However, you have to remember, when you have a relationship people, they need to know what? They need to know what?
You are
Personal.
That you care.
That you care. How do they know that you care? Personally, that's right? If you have a process information people and they want to know how you care, what you need, how they will know you care?
show different steps.
Clarity on information and steps, that's right? If you want to have people who care about time and they want to know you care, how can you tell them you care?
Make it short and sweet.
Or give them a schedule.
Schedule.
Schedule, right? And keep to the schedule. And if you have someone who wants to have who wants to have value, and they only appreciate value, and they wanna know that you care, so what you need to say?
The value that they sign up for, right? How much they're gonna get.
And then the folders has to match the values,
Yeah.
the color print, nothing black and white, nothing has shades on it, nothing. I know when we were desperate early on, we didn't really care much because we cannot afford putting toner in the printer, but it was like faded colors, you know. I still have some of these folders, by the way, in my office, and sometimes I show it, like, you know, like this. When we start somewhere, but when we start somewhere and we learn that people need to have these folders, we acquire the 4-color laser production center, and we can print for you guys if you like. We produce our products, and some people will come and say, yeah, why you have these 3 lines in the color and then you have the logo only and everything is black? I was like, this is what's my brand is. And the only reason for have only lines because my copy center is very old. If you have a bigger space, it will show is fading. Anyway, it's a different piece of information, but okay. Do you get the point?
Yes.
So if you target these 4 people, these 4 type people, you have to consider on every single message, on every single tool, the reactions. How do I consider that? Very straightforward. We had the very simple example. You pick up one color, each, you get the matching orange. We pick up one color to talk about each personality. And then either read the document and physically underline the colors, or if you can do it in your head when you read, you play the quadrant and say how these people will think about this, how they will accept it, what they will experience with it. It's the same for the giveaways, it's the same for the tools. Okay? Like for the tools, for the giveaways, the most important thing is you give people pens and pencils that work. When you give somebody a pen, which is basically they have to and just try it, you convey the wrong message. Have you ever had this experience with my pens?
No, I had somebody says yours light up. Well, those are the ones that light up yesterday when I was at my workshop with all these hundreds of people. They're like, "Where did you get that pen? I want one." I did, honestly, because it has a light on the end. He's like, and he's a professional trainer and corporate leadership coach, and he wanted the pen. He gave the presentation for the event.
I will give him a pen. Don't worry. No, it's just it's a little things which can make a difference, because when you consider this and you stand and look at it from different quadrants, I'm not saying you will make it perfect, because there is nothing perfect. Everything can go to the next level. What I'm saying is you will consider and you will have a base model or a reference line where you say, compared to the baseline, I know that this will not. So Mike April, when he's applying this, he has a very interesting giveaway. He's only one of the few people who have a 4-color giveaways. So he give you a pen with the 4 different colors, because he's a bookkeeping accounting. So he needs you to put different marks underneath. So it's very functional for what he's doing, and people actually keep it longer than in his business. It works for him. Individuals who will run online sessions in their workshops, they will give battery banks. That's right.
Stay connected longer.
Because
battery bank.
like the
Power banks.
the power banks.
External battery for your phone to recharge.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show you one. I have one. I know I have one.
With your logo on them?
Yeah. They put logo on it. I have a branded one for a customer, but I have another one branded one for a customer. But this is what I mean. So this is a branded one for somebody else. But I have one customer who's doing coaching, and he has a thinner one. So we will give these battery banks or power banks. Okay. I know you are starting somewhere, but what I'm also saying is in Toronto, we work with a group in Toronto, and they produce this material for they run promotions every month and every week and every time on different material here, and they are not, sometimes they give you 1,000, the price of a 10, or 100 for the price of 1,000. So you can actually, if you keep your eyes around, because I'm not asking you to go and generate like a $10,000 worth of giveaways, okay? I'm saying like you need to consider it, and there are some promotional items will come where you will be able to get this as a volume cost, and you should be able to do like 10, 100, 20, whatever you feel will. Any other thoughts on this list for welcoming package? Move on.
All good.
All good? And this is will come to the, we have two options right now. We can talk more about the process to create this welcome package, or we can pick up another bracket and discuss the other bracket, how it can be generated. So which one do you want to do? Do you want to talk more about the process automation for this particular bracket? Or you want to discuss the onboarding or you want to discuss the onboarding on other sections here? Which one do you want to do? Let's,
I'm okay with both.
Daryl, which one do you like? Do you like more on the automation side?
I like somebody else to answer.
I like somebody else to answer. Let's talk about how we can make this efficient and how we can work on the automations, okay? We did not target something here called quality of service or quality control. So we did. I don't describe what you will do to prove that you deliver service. So if I want to automate this, I have to figure out some lines. So one of the lines will be, so this is the 0 time. So this is the 0 time when people are on board, that's right. So what kind of automation I can do? So the question will be, when somebody will, what kind of emails they will receive? We describe the welcome email. That's right. And the welcome email, for simplicity, will include what? Will include links,
To all the
not to all, for whatever we can as a subset of these, that's right? Make sense? So if somebody will buy, the invoice receipt will come here. So here is the receipt. This will come from PayPal or from Infusionsoft. I'm not ignoring that. I know, because I know Marcel will come and say you did not talk about it. So the first two steps of they sign a contract or they purchase online, they got a receipt, it has been handled by somebody, by PayPal, by Infusionsoft, by whatever system, okay? Now I will have at 0 time, I will send the welcome email. The welcome email will have links. So I can have some links. So I can have link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4, link 5. Then what will I do? What I will do, I send you the welcome package. I say, here is your schedule, here is your link. Then what?
Set up a next meeting or appointment.
Set up the next meeting or appointment. What will
We're talking about automation, right?
we talk about serious automation, not automation, serious automation.
Okay.
We talk about extreme, where you may or may not afford it, I don't know, but we talk about specific extreme that we demonstrate that we care.
Okay. Then, if it's automation, everything which comes after has to be either related to time or to a link clicked. So if nobody opens up the email, you want to send up, or you send up another email with a reminder that this email, or with a question whether this email was received, for example, or.
Do you understand what he's doing, what he's saying? So what we can do, and some of you have their own Infusionsoft and they manage it, so I'll help you out. So what we can do is we can say,
If not opened.
oh my god, you just colors, man. We can say, if link clicked. Okay, so if link clicked, it means this guy click on any link or some of the links. You can send them the second email, which was Daryl was saying, like the schedule or the schedule or the follow-up. What will happen if somebody did not click on the link? We will send another email. We can just wait for another like 2-3 days, for example, and we can send a reminder email to click on the link. Okay? And we're talking about extreme, like not extreme, but we're talking about serious automation. Then what will happen if no click happened?
Send another one.
To do what?
Remind again.
No.
No?
After 3 to 4 days, you will send an email to do it.
Make an appointment.
To make a phone call, yeah, to make a personal contact via phone or in person. So
Did you send an email
you
announcing
can
that?
you can remind it. You can remind them and say, if you have difficulties, make a phone call. That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
So this is still an email. This is not you calling.
No, this is
Okay.
still an email.
Okay.
What will happen if no action happened here? If you don't understand Infusionsoft, you may be questioning why is made in this way. And if you understand Infusionsoft, you'll understand that this will be waiting for that, then waiting for that. And if they click on the email, they will be moved from here to here. The representation is not exactly like Infusionsoft, but it's the same logic. There's a different layer, but I'm here on a limited by page, okay? The question will be is, what will happen if somebody will receive this email here, and we call it red 2, and this will be red 1. If somebody will receive red 2 and did no action, what will happen? What does this mean? How many emails is this customer received? How many emails so far?
3.
And no action happened. So what does it mean?
Yeah, he's giving up. Or
He already paid you money a week ago. What does it mean? He may not be getting my emails.
Yeah.
My emails may be going to spam. Maybe communicating through emails is not for this guy. That's right. So you should be able to create a task here. You can wait for another 2 to 3 days and create a task for somebody to pick up the phone and make a phone call.
Yeah.
Or you have a reminder. So if you deal with these people, you can actually check out if they click on these links, if you do this combination, and you go back and say, oh, I noticed you did not set up your username and password. Do you need help? Make sense?
Yep.
You have that on your site.
Sorry?
You have that on your site.
Yep. And this is basically, this package is like $100, $200 a month. It's not thousands. It's just, but this is one feature. And as I'm saying, is we're not showing the exact package. We are only showing the logic which can come behind it, right? Now, if somebody sign up, you can, and they click on the links. You can also be more sophisticated. You can actually go and say, you know what, I can verify if they click on the sign up link, and I can verify that their email have been set up and they have been logging in. There's so many other sophisticated automation you can achieve. If you acquire another interface between your Infusionsoft and your website, you can actually track when they sign up and why they sign up and how long they sign up. If you acquire tools for other, you can also have this reporting. I'm not here in favor of acquiring more tools. What I'm saying is, this is not sophisticated. This is just I care to a specific level. Okay. Now the question will be is, if they sign up and they did everything, I will send this email. What this email is doing? This is a delivery email, that's right? This email, I'm actually giving them the schedule. Okay? Or to schedule session 1. Based on whatever program you have. This might not be relevant for everybody, but everyone may be able to grab a piece or here or there. Then what will happen? How long you want to send the schedule up front?
A week, maybe.
Assume it's 1 week. So this is 1 week reminder. Then what you will do?
Maybe 3 days.
Then you may want to have we wait for 3 days, and then you can send them another reminder. And then what you need to do?
1 day before.
Maybe 1 day or maybe 2 hours, doesn't matter. So you can just wait again. So this wait, and then you can have another reminder. Now you can have these reminders here, or if you use Appointment Core, they have this reminders there. So if you use a higher level package than Calendly, they may have these reminders. These reminders are very important if you deliver online. If you deliver in person, majority of the people who get them in person, they will have in their calendar some sort of notification, that's right. But if people will not have these notifications, what you will do on the online system? Then what will happen after that? You will have the session here. So here you have session 1. So if I have session 1 here, what you can send after session 1?
Maybe a recording or another follow-up email.
So you can send them a summary, maybe a recording, maybe
Assignment.
maybe a survey, maybe assignment, homework. Can we call it homework? Maybe a survey. That's right. Do you need to send them a reminder and you do the link clicking or not is up to you. Okay? At the end of the day, we deal with adults, okay? So there is a limit of pushing them. We are not dealing with primary school. Even in junior high, they don't care about the kids. The kids care about themselves, okay? So we have to balance it, okay? But you can do it. You can track if they click or not. Then what you will do next? You will deliver the second week. So here is the second week delivery. That's right? And you should be able to design this for how long?
Until the end, like for the last session.
Until the last session.
And then you have the exit, which then goes into maybe reselling or upgrading also.
Whatever it is, that's right? So this is a process of automating the welcome package and the delivery. What do you need to know in this process? You need to figure out the content of these emails. And we acquired a tool actually which you can put some information and then it creates this content automatically. They're very weird tools we acquired over the last 2 months. Very weird.
Very good.
It's very strange tools. Because one of the tools we acquired, like we acquired the tools which we can do the whiteboard illustration. So anybody has a whiteboard story, we can just let me know, and I can either let you use the tool here or we can do it for you. But we acquire also tools which you can do frames over the video, so you can stop the video and ask question, and based on the question you can follow up with different set of videos, which I did not test yet. I didn't have enough time to test it yet, but I seen somebody else using it and it was very, very, very interesting. And what I want to test is the response time on different platforms. So will this work on different platforms? Because it uses a video frame, so it works on YouTube, but YouTube is glitching on different platforms. So we don't know how it works. But there's also some tools which is custom content, which basically say, I want to send 6 follow-up emails for marketing. This is what I'm doing, and automatically generates the language for it. Which is it's just like this artificial intelligence is driving us crazy now. It seems that we just need to get computers to make money, and we just use the money to buy through the computers. Is this helpful as a structure for it? Now, I don't know, I'm not sophisticated in Constant Contact and MailChimp to know if this will work on MailChimp or Constant Contact or not. Okay,
So on Infusionsoft, do you have already templates which are ready to fill out like this, or do you create them yourself?
you have some templates, and you can customize them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have lots of other templates as well. So because the reason for us to be a certified partner with Infusionsoft is we will be able to access anybody platform without a username and password if they allow us, if they recognize us as a partner, and then we can deploy this frameworks which already developed. So basically, we can reuse what's have been developed.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some tagging schemes which will say which email received to where, and there is some other technical specs which you can actually consider when you talk about how you can do automation. So I used this level of automation a few times, and it actually was very powerful, especially when you do like 6 weeks online course. And the funny part will be is what will happen when you have an emergency, such as the internet is down. Like I came one time and there was no power, so there was no internet. So what you will do then? You will go to a situation where the internet will be in this. How many of you will have the good, excellent internet, but there's some specific days the internet will be basically not working for you?
Sometimes you have that with Shaw, that they have like maintenance for 6 hours in certain areas, and if you work across the across the ocean, then this might really hit your window, because normally they do this between midnight and 6 in the morning. So if you work with Europe, it can be tricky.
So we have been a very loyal client to TELUS for more than 16 years, and it was this particular day where we couldn't find, where we did not have a phone line or an internet or a cable, and we called and they said it's behind the box, and it took them 10 days to convince us to move to Shaw because they could not fix it. It was like 50 some house around the neighborhood, they didn't have any service from TELUS. Interestingly enough, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we went back home and we find no internet and no cable and no phone. And we called Shaw, and the guy acknowledged, said, yeah, it's a problem in your neighborhood, and it will take about 3 to 4 hours to figure it out. It was Saturday morning, and within 1 hour or 2 hours they were able to fix it. So what I'm trying to say here is, when you run these situations and you have no internet, you may want to go to another coffee shop or some places where you can go and plug another email, sending it to everybody saying the session today will be offline or I'm not working. I remember I record the sessions on the night before, and I basically put the video. I said I compensate for the live session with the video, and then we ran a 7th week as a compensation. And that's why I strongly believe you need to hire someone to help you out, or I strongly believe that you yourself need to be familiar, which I know Yasser doesn't like it, but you need to be familiar and hands dirty in these tools, that if you need to modify it yourself for any emergency, you can. It's not hard. It's not hard to go here and branch and say another email. It's not hard for you to send a broadcast email for people signing under this flag or under this code. It shouldn't be rocket science for you guys, because there's a very illustrated steps. You can go step 1, 2, 3, and you can send it. And that's why we come and say we need to have a group, we need to have a programs, we need to have long time engagement. Is not you go train and you move away, because if we are helping you with these tools, you can give us a call, you can send us email, we can fix it for you. If you have the tools through us or through anybody else, and you are familiar with it, and you have somebody to build it for you, but you are familiar with it, you can go and always modify it. You must be able to be in control over these tools. This is my strongest belief. I know Yasser usually say, it's just above my head, I'd rather pay somebody to do it, and I always go back and say, yeah, you can pay somebody, you can get somebody to be paid doing it, but you still need to understand what these people are doing. You need to be engaged, especially in the time when you are not too busy with too many customers. Make sense? Okay. Any questions so far? So how you craft these emails, how you make call to actions, what you embedded, what's the subject, what is the most aggressive subject, how the deliverable is beyond the scope of this particular session. We can talk about these details later on. Any questions? So what's your take from this particular flow? Daryl, what's your take?
Well, it's good to have your process defined and know how it operates and learn how to do it yourself if you have an issue.
Marcel, what's your take?
Yep, I know this principle. So
Did you apply it?
Hmm?
Did you apply it?
So on a manual in a manual way with the clients I have, not automated through MailChimp or Infusionsoft.
The best advice I can give you, I know, if you do this online, remember to register yourself as one of the audience.
Oh, I always do.
Yes.
even if I send calendar invites, I always have the invite sent to myself.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that those go through. I had it in the very beginning where I had too many links in my email signature, and where this email went to spam for everyone. So yeah,
I can give you some tips on how to reduce the spam rate of the email, or to maximize the delivery. There are so many best practices we are aware of, you know. So Mariana, what do you
Something to work on.
Okay. Yasser, what's your feedback on this?
No, overall, just the process of, the bracket, what you mentioned, moving from prospect to client to customer, is very thorough. No, I totally believe in the productivity tools that exist in the market. It's very powerful, and I had personal experience receiving these kind of emails from different marketing and sales organizations. Now I understand how it happens, right, and how it works. It's very powerful.
The beauty of these tools is if you invest in hiring somebody for 2-3 hours or for a week to set it up for you, you can understand how to customize it and run with it. There's always a question to Daryl, is this relevant to a workshop delivery? Because remember, when we talked about deliveries, here, that's right?
Yeah.
And then we talk about paid delivery in some venues.
Yeah.
And one of them is a workshop, that's right? So is this tool valid for a workshop?
Similar.
it's similar. If I have a workshop, I can set up the schedule by time. I can give them a assignment. So if I send them the welcome package early on and I give them the preparation work for the workshop, that's right, and I can follow. There's also extreme, which is Juanita implemented in some of my workshops, where when she will get attendance of different sessions, she will actually go to the tool and flag this attendees, and then a sequence email will go to different ones based on what exactly they attended. So it was like crazy, like she was able to figure it out, like she was more ahead of the actual tools of its own time. There's also, inside these tools, you may be able to create QR code, and you'll see so many campaigns where people can come and scan the code, and then the tool will work in the back end to give them information and do whatever from registrations and attendance and so forth. The point I want to bring about the workshop here is, if you provide a 1 week or 2 weeks ahead homework, and you follow up on the homework before the workshop, how long is the workshop? 2 to 3 days. We prefer 3 days, that's right, to sell the next one. And now you have 1 to 2 weeks ahead of a homework. What does it mean for the workshop?
They're more prepared for their customized solution to their problem.
They will be prepared. And what else you are doing now?
They get more value out of it.
You give them more value. So are you now selling the workshop?
No one sells itself. They're selling it to themselves.
And you are actually providing them 2 to 3 weeks to 4 weeks to a month
And they'll tell other people.
engagement of what? Of a 3 days. So when somebody will come and say, why your workshop is $1,000, it's $1,500, it's $2,000, what you will say? The workshop is part of the delivery. So you can run a 3 weeks to 6 weeks online training leading to a workshop. And this online training, after you do it the first time or the first and second time, do you need to record the sessions? Most likely no. Because you can release the sessions on a weekly basis with any membership to your website. You can basically generate an automated system to release the sessions. So if you have a 6 weeks recording, anybody will subscribe to it. They can get it a week from now, 2 weeks from now. They subscribe to it in a month from now. After the subscription of 1 week, they will get this homework. So there are ways to do automation. And what I recommend is to have 1 or 2 live sessions for these automations to make sure that people are online. Otherwise, I don't know. Any questions so far? I love your deep thoughts, so what's happening?
So when you talk about make those live sessions, you're talking about if you have a workshop over 6 weeks, that at least the first 2 ones you would do live, and then you can put in some pre-recorded sessions, or what did you mean?
I meant you can, in some formats, you can run 2-hour sessions 6 weeks in a row, fully recorded.
Mm-hmm.
In week 2, 3, or 4, in 2 weeks, in specific weeks, you may run a Facebook complimentary session,
Mm-hmm.
like another 2-hour sessions for question and answers. So in this way, instead of you work 12 hours
Yeah.
for 12 weeks, which will end up being 18 hours because you need to set up and tear down, you will only have the two sessions, which is follow up. If you have an assistant or somebody helping you out, you can get them to run these sessions. So if you have like assistant trainers, assistant coach, someone can actually go and answer these frequently asked questions. So when somebody will come and say, what I'm buying is 6 weeks, 12 hours of education, we say no, it's actually 12 or 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks of transformation because it has these 2 live sessions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Okay.
So this will give you more flexibility. When you sell a workshop and run the 6 weeks upfront, the workshop is not anymore a $1,000 workshop, because it becomes a 6 weeks plus the workshop. It's a complete different value. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have no further questions, we can have a break for like 10 minutes, and then we can reconvene for the last sessions.
Good.
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.